Okay, so this is going to be my second part to my postpartum video. Like, this is my postpartum once I got home. I was in so much pain from my tearing or whatever. Like, it hurt so bad. Like, I was taking my medicine, like, all the time, you know. Like, I was just trying not to be in pain. I was so sore, and it hurt so bad, you know. I had to get stitches, so that hurt. And it hurt for me to go to the bathroom and stuff like that. And I still had to use, you know, the sanitary pads, and I was bleeding, you know, like the normal bleeding. I stopped bleeding whenever I was probably like 4 weeks postpartum. I was still using all the sanitary pads, but I was up at the hospital. But eventually, I ran out of the kind that the hospital got me, so I went and bought my own tucks, and I switched to smaller pads. I just felt like crap like all the time, cause like, you know, you just have a baby, and I was so tired. You know, I got as big as a house. Like, before I got pregnant, I only weighed 150 pounds, but I didn't look it. I was mostly hips and butt. Well, then I got pregnant, and I was 230-something pounds. So I gained like 70 pounds, and I didn't mean to gain that much, but oh well, it happens. So my back was hurting, my knees were hurting, everything was hurting, so, you know, like, I felt like crap. I didn't have any postpartum depression. Like, I felt sad sometimes, you know, but it wasn't like to a point to where I was like needing medicine or nothing like that. I just like, I felt sad whenever I was alone, and one time I think I cried because she wouldn't go to sleep or something like that, but I was just so stressed out, and this was also whenever I was sick with mastitis. So, I gotta sneeze, hold on. Bless me. So, you know, it took me a while to bounce back. Like, it took me about 2 weeks to, like, finally be able to walk around and move around the way that I used to. You know, the first couple of days, it was really, really hard to do. Like, with me so doped up on pain medicine and me so tired and so sore. Like, that first night, my mom slept downstairs with me, and, she told me that I didn't wake up one time whenever she was crying, and I didn't even hear her, which, like, I was so, like, I was high on pain medicine, and now that, you know, like, I've got used to her and stuff like that, like, if she makes one little bitty noise, she could even move her arm and I'm awake. But, so, like, it was really, really hard, you know, the first couple of nights at home, but I'm really glad that I had my family support or whatever. But, you know, like I said, it's something that you have to be able to do. You have to bounce back, and it was really, really, really hard, you know, but I got through it, and, you know, like, my uterus is growing back great. You know, I don't really have, my postpartum at the house was like, it wasn't, on a scale of like 1 to 10 how hard it was, it's probably like a 6. I mean, it wasn't like horribly bad, but it could have been a lot better. But I'm really glad that I had my family to help out with. Okay, I'm going to show you my belly. I'm 6 weeks postpartum, and it doesn't look how I want it to look, but I'm gonna put my baby down. I'm 6 weeks postpartum. It doesn't look how I want it to look, but I mean it's a belly. It'll work. I'm working on getting it back down. You know, there's trying to do my side view. You see my stretch marks. So yeah. I'm just trying to bounce back, you know. I got to be postpartum for a little bit longer for my stomach to look back. But I have lost a lot of weight. I was still pretty big whenever I had her. But, you know, that's really all that I can think of about my postpartum at the house. You know, nothing other than the mastitis and the urinary tract infection. You know, nothing else really stands out other than it being hard, you know, to cope with because, you know, everything is, like, overwhelming, you know. But I guess I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.